your kindness will kill you. Stop being too kind. Most people don't care. We live in a world that constantly preaches kindness. We're told to be compassionate, to give without expecting anything in return. And you know what? Kindness is powerful. It can change lives, lift spirits, and bring joy where there was none. But there's a darker side to kindness that no one talks about, a side that can consume you if you're not careful. Let me be clear. I'm not telling you to stop being kind. Kindness is a gift, a strength, and a virtue that makes the world a better place. But there's a line, a fine line, between being kind and being too kind. And when you cross that line, your kindness becomes your downfall. Your kindness will kill you, slowly but surely, because most people don't care. They don't care about how much of yourself you're giving. They don't care about the sacrifices you're making. They'll take and take and take until there's nothing left of you. You see, there's a hard truth that many people are afraid to admit. Not everyone deserves your kindness. There are people out there who will see your good nature, your willingness to help, and they will exploit it. They will drain you emotionally and mentally and give you nothing in return. And the worst part? They won't even feel guilty about it. It's not your fault. You were raised to believe that being kind is always the right thing to do. But being kind to the wrong people, to those who are indifferent or even malicious, will only bring you pain. So what's the solution? Stop being too kind. Learn to say no. Learn to protect your energy, your time, and your emotions. This doesn't mean you have to become cold or indifferent. It means you have to be selective. Your kindness is precious. It's not something that should be handed out to anyone who asks. It's something that should be earned. You don't owe anyone your kindness, especially not at the expense of your own well-being. People will call you selfish. They'll say you've changed. But let me tell you something. Selfishness is not always a bad thing. Sometimes being selfish is the only way to survive. Sometimes being selfish is the only way to keep your soul intact. The world can be a cruel place, filled with people who are more than willing to take advantage of a kind heart. But the world is also filled with people who truly appreciate kindness, who will give back, who will stand by your side when you need them. The key is to know the difference. Not everyone who smiles at you is your friend. Not everyone who asks for your help deserves it. Kindness should be a strength, not a weakness. When you're too kind, you allow yourself to be walked on, to be used, to be taken for granted. And once you've reached that point, it's almost impossible to climb back out. You've set a precedent, shown people that they can get away with taking advantage of you, and they will continue to do so until you break. Don't let it get that far. Draw your boundaries, guard your heart, protect your spirit. Kindness isn't about giving everything until there's nothing left for yourself. It's about knowing when to give and when to pull back. It's about sharing your light without letting it be extinguished. At the end of the day, it's not your job to save everyone. It's not your responsibility to fix other people's problems, especially when they show no interest in fixing them themselves. Your first responsibility is to yourself. And if that means being less kind to certain people, then so be it. So, I urge you, stop being too kind. Learn to recognize when your kindness is being taken for granted. Learn to walk away from those who drain you without ever giving anything back. Your kindness is valuable, but only when it's given to those who deserve it. Let this be a reminder. Your kindness should never come at the cost of your own happiness. If you've watched this far, leave 100. It shows that you're part of the 0.1% who finish what they start. Thank you.